So, the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion, Mr. Hideaki Anno, is saying that the Japanese animation, aka the anime industry, is about to die. And, yeah, here's what he has to say. And yes, this was said in an interview. Okay. So he goes and says something about decline and death are pretty much unavoidable for the anime industry. He goes ahead and says a matter of time. Okay, so he says it's only a matter of time. Okay, and here's what else he said. Japanese animation is in decline. It's already peaked. After it does collapse, there will probably be a new resurgence. And also, quote, I don't think animation will vanish, but perhaps there might be the conditions that have existed up until now that have led the creation of interesting films. And, okay. And then he goes on and continues saying, Japan will no longer be the center of world animation. Maybe in 5 years, Taiwan will be such a center. And he goes ahead and says that animation is moving by inertia. Okay, Anno, here's the thing. You say that the anime industry is dying, and yet every year, Japan gets a shit ton of fucking animated shows every fucking year. And it's a lot more animated shows than the animated shows we have in fucking North America. Animation in North America, we get new seasons of shows that people actually like. Shows that are in high demand, and that's basically just it. Japanese animation, every year, there's a shit ton of new IPs. Yes, of course, some may be based off of the manga, but there are some new goddamn IPs. And however, I'm going to bring up one of the biggest examples. The spring 2015 lineup. You have Ultimate Otaku Teacher. You have Show by Rock. You have, of course, you have that new season of Sword Art Online, and you have that new Haruhi show, The Disappearance of Yuki-chan. But, however, your new IPs are Ultimate Otaku Teacher. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Punchline. There's Show by Rock, which is based on that Android game. And there's a shit ton of original IPs. Yes, there may be new seasons, there may be a new Haruhi animation, and yes, there's High School DxD Born, but most of the time, there's a shit ton of new IPs. There's new anime shows that show up on there. And, yeah, how do I know? I am pretty much aware of streaming sites like Crunchyroll. There's the Funimation streaming, and there's, of course, Hulu Plus's anime section. And that gets updated frequently. And yes, there may be lesser anime films, but there's more anime in video games than ever. Of course, we have our Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Hyperdimension Neptunia, and we have our Tales of franchises, but there's some new IPs like Omega Quintet, and there's Stella Glow. And pretty much, basically, there's a lot of anime games in Japan that we would love to see in North America. Now, I would like to point this out, and I think it's probably a good idea if I point this out. Anime has way less drama than gaming. If you go to the video game industry, you get a lot of stories about how people are upset about one game for being too violent. There's people releasing games that are pretty much not finished in the first place. There's a lot of shady stuff that companies do, like like Capcom's famous on-disc DLC stuff. There's developers going on Twitter and pissing off their fans by making these ridiculous draconian fucking tweets. There's a shit ton of fucking crazy shit. And, yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, one of the most recently popular things that we had is Gamergate and the video game hatred. Compared to other industries, the anime industry is actually a lot more peaceful. And I'm gonna say this. The Japanese animation industry is kicking the living fucking shit out of the North American anime industry. And it's been kicking the shit out of the North American animation industry for quite a long fucking time. So, yeah. Animation in Japan is not really dying. As a matter of fact, the one industry that's dying is the North American animation industry that is dying. The anime industry is actually in fucking good standing, to be honest with you. Alright, that is all. See you in the next video.